let's talk about something that sounds, well, kind of crazy. We're going to dive into this hidden force that makes people self-sabotage right when they're on the edge of a huge breakthrough. And trust me, it's probably not what you think it is.
So let me ask you something, and I want you to be really honest with yourself. When you think about your biggest goals, your career, your ambitions, what are you most afraid of?
If you're like pretty much everyone, one word just jumped into your head, right? Failure. The fear of not quite making it, of falling short, of all that time and effort just poof, gone. It's the obvious answer.
Well, what if I told you they're not? According to the material we're looking at today, most people are not actually afraid of failure. That feeling, the one we call fear of failure, is often a mask for something way, way deeper.
You know, this is one of those huge misconceptions that keeps so many of us stuck in place. We think we just need to get tougher, build a better tolerance for failure. But we might be trying to solve the wrong problem entirely. The real roadblock, that quiet little voice that tells you to slow down or quit right when things are finally starting to click, it isn't about the fear of what happens if you fall short. It's the fear of what happens if you don't. And that, right there, brings us to the whole point of this explainer. The real fear, the one hiding in plain sight, is the fear of success. I know, it sounds completely absurd, but just stick with me here, because getting this is a total game changer.
So what is this thing really? The fear of success is this deep, often subconscious anxiety about how achieving your goal is gonna change everything. Your life, your relationships, and, this is the big one, your own sense of who you are.
Okay, but why on earth would our brains fight against something we want so badly? It feels completely backward, doesn't it? Well, this is where the psychology gets really fascinating.
Here's the absolute key to understanding this. Success isn't just an outcome, it's an identity shift. When you win, when you achieve that thing, when you finally break through, it forces you to become a new version of yourself.
See, your brain's number one job is to keep you safe. And it does that by keeping things stable and predictable. A brand new identity? That's uncharted territory. It's a huge unknown. And for your brain, unknown can feel like danger, so it hits the brakes with anxiety and self-doubt to protect you. Let's break this down, because this is where it really clicks. Think about it. There's a strange kind of comfort in being the underdog or the aspiring writer. You know that role. You know the rules. But becoming the leader or the published author? Whoa. That comes with a whole new set of expectations and pressures. A new identity you have to live up to. That is the leap your brain is so scared of making. Now, this fear is sneaky. It's a master of disguise. It doesn't show up wearing a name tag that says, "Hi, I'm a fear of success." No way. It disguises itself as procrastination, or sudden burnout, or just a desire to stay in your comfort zone. So let's look at how it actually shows up. As we go through these next few points, I just want you to ask yourself honestly, does any of this ring a bell? Have you ever quit something right when it was starting to get real traction? Or do you feel super awkward when someone gives you a compliment and you immediately downplay what you did? Maybe you shy away from projects that would put you in the spotlight. Or, and this is the classic one, you find yourself messing up right before you cross the finish line. These aren't signs you're lazy, they're the telltale symptoms of a fear of success. Okay, so we know this hidden fear is powerful. We know it works under the surface to protect an old version of you. So how in the world do you get past it? Well, the first step is actually way simpler than you might think. So what's the key? How do you finally unlock this pattern and push past that resistance? It all starts with one single foundational step. That's it. Seriously. It's just becoming aware. You can't fight an enemy you can't see. The very act of listening to this, of recognizing the pattern in yourself, of being able to finally put a name to it. Oh, this isn't laziness. This is a fear of identity change. That's how you start to take its power away. Awareness is what breaks the spell. And really, it all comes down to this powerful idea. Any meaningful growth in our lives requires us to let go of who we were so we can become who we're meant to be. It's not just about what you accomplish, it's about who you become along the way. So the real question I want to leave you with is this. Now that you know about this hidden force, what new identity are you willing to step into? What are you truly ready to achieve?